Guys, it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. So as promised, had to give you guys an update. So the picture that I put up on Facebook where some of you guys were able to see the differences between Elijah's left eye and his right eye, and some that weren't able to really see the difference. So much has been happening, and just kind of like full force and just full motion. So from the last time I posted the picture, which was Monday, it's gotten bigger. We went to the neurosurgeon yesterday. It's going to be a pretty big surgery. It would require them to do an incision from here on the top of his head and all the way to the side. They would have to actually go in through here because this is where it's at, and it's located right in the back of his eye socket. So they would have to remove all of that right there, and he would actually have to get a plastic surgeon that would have to come in and help, because if we don't get the plastic surgeon in and they try to reconstruct everything, his eye socket may actually sink in after the surgery. As we all know, there's risks to every surgery, surgery, because it's so extensive, he could lose his eyesight, but hell, he can lose his eyesight if we don't get the surgery done. And of course Elijah makes a joke and he's just like, you're gonna have to cut my hair again. Is it gonna grow back? And I'm just like, kid. Meanwhile, there goes my earring. Meanwhile, I am completely flustered, but I don't let him see that. And so we spoke about options. The neurosurgeon would like for us to do radiation first and see if that can help shrink the tumor, and or stop it from growing. If we do radiation and that doesn't necessarily help, then we are going to go with the surgery. Don't know how many hours it's going to take to do the surgery. I do know that it's an extensive surgery. We don't know if radiation is going to help. We just don't know what's going to help and what's not going to help at the moment. But anything to just kind of, get this, I'm sorry guys, removed, because it is growing rapidly. His face is actually changing, and you can actually look at him and you can actually see that his right side of his eye is actually bulging out more due to it. It's pressing up against it. Elijah has been having really bad headaches, now a lot more recently, due to this. So I don't know. We can't get into the radiation specialist until Wednesday, because he's going to be out of town Monday and Tuesday. So again, we have to wait until Wednesday to get into there and see what that schedule is going to be like. For me as a parent, that worries me. That worries me because this tumor that is behind his eye socket is waiting for no one. No one. And at the pace that it's growing, like Elijah's face, you can actually see the differences in his face. And, he's at the point where his eye is constantly watery. It's sore all around his face. So if he touches even an inch, it's sore for him. And like I said, the headaches. So things are just like, it's crazy. But I want to share something with you guys that Elijah and I spoke about, as well as Mimi, while we were at the doctor's office. And I was just like a little, I don't know how to feel. I still don't even know how to feel in regards to it, but I know that it's the truth. And so before the doctor came in, him and I had the conversation, because I'm just like, what do you want? with all this? Like, what are you looking for? Because he's just like, I just want them to take it out and that's it. I don't care about anything else. I don't want to know any of the pros and cons. Like, it just is what it is. I just want them to take it out. And I'm like, you have to want to know what this can potentially do to you after. You need to know pros and cons before you allow anybody to just take something out. And he said to me, like, Mom, like, it doesn't even matter because at this point, like, we're just buying time. And I said, so what do you mean? And he's like, we're just buying time. You know, it's not really much anybody can do. Like, you know, we're going to do whatever it is that we can do, whether that means radiation, you know, surgeries, whatever, just to buy a little bit more time. And once we can't buy any time anymore, then that's just it. And so at that moment, I realized that he knows what the steps are. So I am just, you know, at a point of like having to accept what the reality of it all is. And I know that I keep going back to that point, but I really have to accept it. And so it just makes me think, guys, like, these things are just coming left and right. It is like no slowing down, no stopping it. And just like he said, like, Mom, we've tried everything. Like, we've tried everything and they still keep coming. Like, so it's not really much more that we can do. And I understand that. I do. But then there's like a piece of me that just wants to know where else they popped up. We haven't done a full body scan. You know, after the initial one that we did a year ago, almost 2 years ago, we haven't done another full body scan. And a part of me is scared, and the other part of me wants to know. And I say that because if he doesn't complain about a certain area, we're not checking into it. And I almost feel like they know that they're in other places. They just avoid it so that he's not overwhelmed because he's already dealing with enough. And that makes sense. That makes sense. But then, I don't know, I'm just like stuck wondering, like, where else could they possibly be? You know, like, these places that they're popping up is just like unimaginable. And it's like, what's causing them to keep growing? Like, there's no getting a control over it. Like, there's no identifying the source. And they're just populating in various places. And it just boggles my mind, you know, like, all of these surgeries and everything else that he has to encounter. For me, it's like, why do all of that if the end result is going to be what it is? And I know maybe I shouldn't question that. I know. And I just feel really bad for him. I feel really bad that no matter his choices, no matter his decision, he just doesn't have a fair outcome. It's not like saying, okay, if I have this major surgery, I'm going to be okay. It's not the case. And I know that God has the final say. I know. It is just hard to deal with. It is hard to come to grips with. But as I tell you guys all the time, you know, you can't stop. It doesn't stop here. You just keep fighting and you keep fighting hits. You just keep fighting and you just keep fighting and you just keep fighting until you just can't fight anymore. That's what we do, right? That's the whole part of life. No matter what, you go through challenges and you accept those challenges, you face them, and you just keep pushing. And you don't give up. You don't stop. Life can be hard and it can throw so many curveballs your way, but it's how you handle it, how you deal with it, and the play that you make that is going to determine what the outcome is. But in this situation, there really is no good outcome. No matter what. No matter which way we decide to go. And I feel bad because it's like he can't catch a break. Every time you turn around and you think that he's doing good and there's nothing going on, something major pops into play. And it's always so aggressive. Like, we don't even have time to, like, let it sink in. We don't even have time to sit and get a game plan together because things go so fast. So when I look at him and I look at him from a week ago, it is so much more worse now than it was a week ago, and this is just a week. So then it bothers me because what if he never showed, like, what if his face never got, inflammation in it? What if that never grew on the outside and that was sitting in the inside? How would we have known that? Kids get headaches every day, right? So when your child says, oh, I got a headache, you just think, okay, go lay down, it's not much, But in his case, everything has to be questioned. Everything. Every time he says something is wrong, something has to be questioned because it just is what it is. When you have to try to shield a 19-year-old from the world because you don't want him to get hurt. When you go through chemo or you go through treatments or whatever have you, your blood counts, your platelets go low. So let's say Elijah's platelets were supposed to be like 150,000. He was at 46,000. That meant any small cut, any nosebleed, any hit, he could easily bleed out. So it's like, how do you contain this kid from getting hurt? But you know that he has to live life. You can't stop him. You can't stop someone from being who they are. Like, because if I tried to just shield him, he'd probably rebel. And it will probably make him feel, not so positive as he's been. So I just kind of let him be, and I think that he deserves that. He deserves that. He deserves that and so much more. But it's just so hard to see, when he feels some type of way, like, I can't take that away. And that hurts. If he's not feeling well, if he has a headache, I can't take that away from him. It's mind-boggling. And I am all over the place. Mentally, physically, emotionally, I am drained. But I will never let him see that. My energy will be at 1,000 when I'm with him, because he's never to see this. And it sucks because you have to deal with this, and then you have to deal with life, your job, everything else that comes along with life. And things just feels like, everything just feels like it's just weights on top of weights on top of weights on top of weights that's just weighing down on you, and you are just like ready to explode. But you just get on your knees and you just pray, you pray, and you pray, and you ask God to just guide you. That has been my most precious gift. It's just asking God for strength and for guidance, because I don't know how else we would make it. And I'm sorry, because this video wasn't supposed to be like this. I just wanted to come up here and give you guys an update. But this is me. This is what it is. And I guess this is the only way that I can let it out. Because during the days, I can't let it out. I have to hold it. I have to work. I have to hustle. Because bills still need to be paid, right? So I can't necessarily fold. I can't fold under pressure. I just gotta do what I need to do. But you guys, I'm not even gonna hold you guys. I wanted to give you an update. I ask that you guys continue to keep us in your prayers. I will continue to keep you guys updated as we know more. I love you guys. We love you guys as always. Thank you always for your love, your support, your prayers. I can't thank you guys enough for everything. I do want to do a video about his Make-A-Wish and the Bahamas trip. So I will try to do a video on that as soon as I can compose myself and get myself to a point of speaking and not having a breakdown. No breakdowns. I'm strong. We're strong. We can get through this, and we're going to get through this. Believe you me. But continue to keep us in prayers, guys. We love you. We thank you. You guys watch, share, subscribe, leave comments. Even after you see this video, leave a comment. Say a small prayer. Hashtag Team Elijah. I just need you guys to just conversate with me and just keep us uplifted. Please. But you guys have a blessed night. And thank you again for listening. Like I said, subscribe, leave messages, likes this video, share this video so that the world can pray for Team Elijah. It just will never stop. The love will never stop. The support will never stop. And just so everybody know who they're praying for. I hope that you guys can see. Hashtag Team Elijah. We love you guys.